Hey guys, check out my new pants. Ugh. Hey guys, so today I wanted to talk about an experiment that my friend told me about. It's called the puppy experiment. I'm not sure if that's like what it's officially called, but that's how I'm gonna refer to it. First of all, why would you do an experiment on puppies? Like, that's kind of fucked up, but this was back in 1955, and I don't think there were as many animal protection rights then, so that's probably why it managed to happen in the first place. So in this experiment, there were 3 groups of puppies, and each group was treated differently by researchers. So the first group, when they approached the researchers would pick them up and love them and care for them. The second group, if they approached the researchers, they were punished. So the researchers would kick them or neglect them or just ignore them. And the third group of puppies would receive a random mix of love or rejection. So they would either randomly get picked up or they would be ignored. Yeah, and so guess which group of puppies became the most attached to these researchers? It's the third group of puppies. The stress that comes with the uncertainty of receiving love or rejection, that's what created connection between the puppies and the researchers. Let that sink in for a minute. I know we're not puppies, but I think there are parallels between this experiment and why it is difficult for people to leave abusive relationships. It is more likely for us to receive both kindness and abuse from an abuser. So we are that third group of puppies. If you're in an abusive relationship, you're probably getting a mix, or at some point you were getting a mix. So that's why it's confusing, and there's that connection that's built. And that connection isn't love, but we mistake it for love. So something that I want to tie into this is a video by the holistic psychologist on YouTube, and she has this video called "Are You in Love or Are You in Trauma?" And she talks about the idea of emotional addiction. When we usually think about emotional addiction, we think that we're chasing emotional highs such as warmth, love, validation, acceptance, connection, all of those things. We all need those things. But a very crucial aspect she says that we're missing, that we don't really talk about, is that we're also chasing emotional lows. So we chase feelings of rejection or abandonment or abuse. We actively chase these things if we've already experienced them intensely, because they are familiar to us. The brain isn't seeking what feels good, the brain is seeking what feels familiar. And I think this explains the behavior of the third group of puppies well, because these puppies are chasing this mix of emotional highs and emotional lows. When you're chasing both of those things, and you have already received them from one person, it's hard to find someone else to replace that kind of emotional roller coaster that you've experienced with that person, which is why it's so difficult to disconnect from that person. The puppies are chasing the sense of familiarity of uncertainty, and that uncertainty cannot be given by someone who's consistent and healthy for them. It can only be given by someone who's fucked up, like someone who's abusive. I'm sorry this video is so depressing. Also, if for any reason you would like to DM me about your situation, I would love to discuss that with you. I've been in similar situations myself, and I would love nothing more than to talk about and grow and learn from these experiences with you. I've made awkward eye contact with this girl so many times. But it's because we both wanted to take pictures of this beautiful sunset. Let me show you guys.